When the Tubers93 account appeared on Roblox on September 22nd, 2018, no one could have predicted the mayhem that was about to unfold. At first glance, it was just another anonymous username among millions on the platform. Was it one person? A group? No one knew or cared. But behind the scenes, something was brewing. Roblox in 2018 was already a bustling hub of creativity with millions of user-generated games and a growing player base. It was also, as any developer will tell you, a platform with its fair share of vulnerabilities. Small studios and solo creators often lacked the resources to safeguard their games, making them easy targets for hackers. Tubers93 recognized this, and they were about to exploit it in ways no one could imagine. In November 2018, just 2 months after the account was created, Tubers93 made their first move. Little Angels Daycare seemed like a strange choice. The game was a simple role-playing experience for kids, where players could pretend to be caretakers or children in a cheerful daycare setting, but for Tubers93, the innocent nature of the game made it the perfect stage for maximum shock value. Using a backdoor exploit they had discovered, they gained complete control of the game's server. This wasn't just a minor disruption or prank, it was a hostile takeover. The sunny daycare transformed into Little Devil's Daycare, a hellish landscape of flames and eerie music. Players who logged in expecting wholesome fun were greeted with terrifying jump scares of Jeff the Killer, a grinning, knife-wielding character from internet creepypasta lore. For the kids who played Little Angels Daycare, this was nothing short of a nightmare. Parents flooded Roblox's support channels with complaints, demanding to know how such a thing could happen. The game's developers were blindsided, scrambling to patch the exploit and restore order. But the damage was done. The incident went viral within the Roblox community, and the name Tubers93 became synonymous with chaos. The success of their first hack seemed to embolden Tubers93. Over the next year, they expanded their scope, targeting bigger and more popular games. By 2019, they had their sights set on Arsenal, a massively popular first-person shooter. Unlike Little Angels Daycare, this game had a much larger and more diverse player base, including older players who were less likely to be rattled by jump scares. But Tubers93 wasn't looking to scare people this time, they were looking to con them. Their plan was diabolically simple. They added a fake game pass to the game, labeled admin, which promised players godlike powers for just 80 Robux. For context, 80 Robux isn't a small amount for many players, especially younger ones who have to beg their parents for Robux purchases. Hundreds of players fell for the scam, only to realize that the game pass did absolutely nothing. The backlash was swift. Players were furious, and the developers of Arsenal had to act quickly. They removed the fake game pass, refunded the victims, and even gave them exclusive in-game items as an apology. While the developers managed to smooth things over, the incident highlighted a glaring issue even high-profile games were vulnerable to exploits. But for Tubers93, this was just another notch on their belt. They had successfully infiltrated one of Roblox's biggest games, proving that no developer, no matter how experienced, was safe. If Arsenal was a strategic hit, Meep City became their playground. Created by Alex Neutron, Meep City was one of Roblox's most popular games, known for its colorful, social gameplay. By 2019, it had amassed millions of monthly active players, making it a prime target for hackers looking to make a statement. The first attack was relatively tame by Tubers93 standards. Players who tried to join Meep City were redirected to a clone game called Meep City 2. At first glance, it seemed like a harmless prank, but the game was filled with bizarre and offensive content. Players spawned on a platform with God written in Arabic and were given a tool labeled Worship. Many players, particularly those from Muslim communities, found this deeply disrespectful and offensive. The incident sparked outrage across the Roblox community. While some brushed it off as a tasteless joke, others saw it as a targeted attack on religion. The controversy brought widespread attention to Tubers93, and for many, it marked the point where they crossed the line from mischievous trolls to outright antagonists. Over the next few months, Tubers93 returned to Meep City with increasingly extreme hacks. In one infamous attack, they forced players to spawn as Adolf Hitler, a move that was as confusing as it was offensive. They also created a disturbing scene where Alex Neutron's avatar was tied to a lamppost and players were given bats to hit him.
الحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم.
إن الله وملائكته.
It was a surreal, almost cartoonish display of violence that left players both shocked and bewildered. But the most controversial attack came later. In this iteration, Alex Neutron's avatar not only remained tied to the lamppost but began shouting racial slurs, including the N-word. This wasn't just trolling, it was hate speech, and it pushed the Roblox community to its breaking point. Players called on Roblox to take stronger action against hackers, but for many, the damage had already been done. Despite their reputation for chaos, Tubers93 occasionally did things that left the community scratching their heads in disbelief. In April 2020, they launched a game that allowed players to earn free Robux, a concept that seemed too good to be true. But this time, there was no catch. Players who completed the game's obby and obstacle course could spin a wheel to win Robux. The game quickly went viral, attracting thousands of players and earning praise from unexpected corners of the community. By the time Roblox took the game down, Tubers93 had reportedly given away over 100,000 Robux. For a brief moment, they were seen not as villains, but as Robin Hood-like figures redistributing wealth in a system often criticized for its pay-to-win mechanics. In another surprising move, Tubers93 introduced a rudimentary voice chat feature to Roblox long before the platform officially supported it. While the feature was short-lived, it showcased their technical creativity and earned them grudging respect from even their harshest critics. Chapter 7: The Final Act. By 2021, Tubers93 had become legends feared, hated, and oddly admired. Their most audacious move came that year when they hacked the official Roblox account. The sheer audacity of the act left the community stunned. They used the account to upload bizarre t-shirts featuring the faces of popular Roblox creators. While the motive behind the hack remains unclear, it demonstrated their unmatched skill and influence. Their final chapter, however, was surprisingly symbolic. Amid serious allegations against Fave, a prominent Roblox YouTuber, Tubers93 took a stand. They hacked into Fave's old Roblox account and created a game called Tuber's Cave. The game depicted Fave's avatar hiding in a dark cave, standing over a grave marked with his name. For many, it was a bold statement against Roblox's failure to address the allegations. In 2023, Tubers93 announced they were disbanding. Their departure left the community divided. Some hailed them as heroes who exposed vulnerabilities and took action where others wouldn't. Others condemned them for their offensive and harmful actions. The story of Tubers93 is one of contradictions. They were disruptors and creators, villains, and occasional heroes. They exposed flaws in the system, pushed boundaries, and forced Roblox to reckon with its vulnerabilities. Love them or hate them, one thing is certain: Tubers93 will forever be remembered as the most notorious hackers in Roblox history. Their legacy is a reminder that in the digital age, even the most tightly controlled platforms can be turned into chaotic playgrounds with the right mix of skill, creativity, and audacity. If you've stuck around through this wild roller coaster of Roblox chaos, you're officially part of the squad. Let's set a humble goal. If this video gets 150 likes, I'll dive even deeper into Roblox's most notorious moments. Maybe we'll explore what happened to Tubers93 after they retired, or dig into the weirdest hacks you've never heard about. Smash that like button like Tubers93 smashed Meep City's servers, and let's keep this train of chaos rolling.